all depends how long it takes you guys to actually cut the vegetable. So the sooner you cut vegetables, the sooner we can go. No, just kidding. So everybody, welcome to my second teaching kitchen. I believe for here it's maybe 8th or 6th one. Today we're gonna be doing tofu poke bowls. So we're kind of mimicking poke, but tuna pokies. My first mistake. But anyways, so in your meal kits, you're gonna have a couple ingredients. You're gonna have orange juice. It could be pineapple as well, but in this case, we're using orange juice. We've got sweet chili. It's gonna be the red one. Then we have soy sauce. We're gonna have sesame oil, lime juice, and some shredded carrots. The reason they're shredded is just for safety, but I'll show you guys how we could have done it if they were whole. You're also gonna have a quarter of a cucumber, some brown rice. We got some pineapple and of course, tofu. So in the actual recipe itself, oh, one more. I don't have that. Give me 1 second, sorry. And we have nori sheets. So in the recipe, it calls for the tofu to be pressed. So it can be a little tighter, it works better, it gives you a better texture on it. I went ahead and did that for you guys since yesterday. You have spice mixes. So you would have powdered ginger. The recipe could also be fresh ginger. In this case, we're going with powdered. And then the other item that you have, I don't have in a packet, it's gonna be sesame seeds. So that's gonna be for the end for garnishes. So going back, tofu. You'll have it in this little bag. It's about 2x3, 2x4. I've pressed it ahead for you. I did it since yesterday. One easy way to do this, if you have a bowl or something, pull in a bowl, put something else on it. You put it on top and then you put something heavy on the actual bowl. It could be a plate. And you just wanna sit there half an hour is perfectly fine. I did it overnight, so it's a little tighter, it's a little more compressed. So we're gonna start off with this since we wanna get the tofu actually marinated. So you got gloves in front of you. So we're gonna go ahead with gloves and then a cut glove. For those of you at home, you do not have this. Sorry. Those of you present, you put your glove over your hand that is not your dominant. So wherever you're gonna cut with, if you're cutting this, put your glove on that. All right. You get to live our kitchen experiences here. Sometimes when we're back there serving for you, we're like, oh, we ripped the glove, we gotta go change into a new one. All right. I think some of you have chef's knives, others will have paring knives. Paring knives will be the smaller ones. At the end of the day, they work fine. I have a little trash cans in front of you, when you take out the tofu. So this is your tofu. And then what we wanna do is 1/2-inch squares. So depending on the size of it, maybe going lengthwise for this kind of a piece, you'll do 2 slits. So you get like 3 little towers, all right? And then from that, you wanna cut it in half. Then you put them together and then you cut it in half again. And you'll just get even squares. So, like I would cut it halfway. And then you would put that on top of that just to make it easier. And then you cut it in half again. You got a professional chef. And then you can put it on top of each other or just cut them in half, both stacks. Yes, so we're gonna marinate them right now. That's good, and then you can put those, so you have extra bowls here. So you can grab one of those bowls. Good, that's good. All right. So in here, so everything's been portioned out already, the sauces. So we're gonna go with the dark one, which is the soy. And then the next one I believe we have is sesame oil. So these are all our aromatics and it'll just give more flavor to the tofu itself. So you're pretty much adding all the containers. The only one that's not going in there is the carrots. So then we have the sweet chili. And then the recipe you guys have calls for pineapple juice. I didn't have any in-house, so I did orange juice. And it's perfectly fine. You can always switch it out. It tastes great. Same thing with the lemon juice. It can either be lemon juice or lime juice. And in your little roll-ups for your mixtures, you're gonna have one. Open it up, not the one that looks like seeds, but the powder one. And that's ground ginger. So you could use fresh. Fresh would be better, but then for that you'd have to have, a zester. This is probably a quarter of a teaspoon. And then you don't have to add the whole pack. You can add a little bit, however you like. It's just flavoring. You can add the whole thing if you want. So you don't need to add the whole spice mix. You can just add a little bit. It depends on your liking of it. All right, so once you have that in there, it's mixed. We're gonna put it to the side. So now we're gonna start cutting all the vegetables. So we can start with the cucumber. It'll be in your baggie. So for this, there's lots of ways you guys can cut it. You guys can do little cubes or slices or half moons. It's however you want it to look. Easiest way is you cut it in half. And then you can just do slice. It doesn't have to be real thick. Less than 1/4 inch. And you get these little moons. Half moon, sorry. And then same thing. It's as much as you guys want in your actual end product. You can do the whole cucumber less. And then how are you guys doing with cutting?
Just half moons, right?
Yeah, you could do half moons. So you actually have 2 bowls. So you have 2 bowls. You could do another. Oh, sorry. You guys have 2 bowls. There's another bowl underneath where the other one. So you can put your veggies separate from your tofu. And then for those of you who are ready, we can go with the pineapple. So same thing, you already got a piece of pineapple from a large one. Same process, you guys can cut it in half. And then from there, you can cut your little individual pieces. So all I did was in half. And then from there, the idea is that you get bite-sized pieces. So you can slice it in half, and then after the in half, you could go do maybe 5 or 6 cuts in it. Are you guys ready to build, or you guys need a couple more?
Yes.
A little bit more? And then you can mix all the veggies together. So if you want to put the pineapple with the cucumber together, it's going to be at the end product, just building your bowl. All right, so we're going to start building. So you guys have a different bowl than I do. You guys have the clear plastic bowls. And then I'll just have this so you guys could just follow along. So we have cooked rice for you already. But for brown rice, if you guys want to go in a healthy way, it's 1 part dry to 3 parts wet. By that, I mean, if you're cooking liquid, if you're just using water or chicken stock or veg stock, you'll use 1 cup of dry brown rice and then 3 cups of vegetable stock, chicken stock, or just plain water. And then you can just add salt to it. You cook it like any other rice. You let it simmer 15-20 minutes. Keep the lid on. Let it cool down. You can serve it warm, but it won't be ideal. This is more of a cold dish. But you can get your rice. And you can put it at the bottom of your plate or your bowl. So that's your base. And then after that, we're going to build it with the cucumber and the pineapple. Just on top. You can add all of it or a little bit. It's up to you, however you want. You know? And then, personally, I like my garnishes to be on top, like the carrots. So after that, we'll go with the tofu. And then you just want to layer it right on top. And then that marinade, you can just get it and drizzle just right over the whole bowl. So it can kind of go down and marinate the rice as well. And then I have a spice here that's not in your packet, just because it's a little spicy. It's called togarashi. So it's dried chili powders, sesame seeds, black sesame seeds, and it's great. You guys can use it. If not, just sprinkle some on top. It is a little spicy, and then I'll pass this along if you guys want some. You like spice, man? Spicy? No?
Maybe a slight bit.
A little bit?
A slight bit.
Yeah, get it on there.
Here, man.
Makes the taste a bit more exotic.
It does. And then one of your last rolls is sesame seeds. So same thing. It's another garnish that you can just grab, and you just sprinkle it right on top. And it just makes the final product look nicer. And then very, very end, we're gonna go with the shredded carrots. And you can garnish this with pretty much anything. Like if you like spicy, you can also have chilies. Dice them up. You can leave the stems on there or no seeds. It's up to you guys. We also have cilantro. If you guys want to do cilantro at the house, get some leaves, put it on top. It adds great. We can do green onions. I brought green onions as well, but it's for display. But you can definitely add green onions on top. But yeah, it's a tofu bowl or any kind of a bowl. Thank you. I always forgot about it. The nori sheets. So the nori sheet will actually give it a little bit of crunch. Slice it into little strips. So you would cut it in half, get 2 pieces out of it. And then after that, just thin little strips. Same thing. It's to your liking. Or you can tear it. That's another option. But other than that, thank you for coming. This is our first time doing in person. So I appreciate you guys being here. And we will have another one at the end of the month where it's going to be part of our farmers market. It will be outside. And then we're going to be doing teaching kitchen of no waste. So using products that we have, instead of throwing it away, what we can use it for. So join us for our farmers market. We have it'll be in front of Lassen, be at the end of the month. But other than that, thank you guys, and round of applause for all of you. So good job.